I have been notoriously bad at goodbyes my entire life. I love the feeling of the start of something, the beginning of something, the novelty, the rush of newness, the excitement of the unknown. But the leaving behind of familiarity is a whole nother story. I usually like to just slink away because it's really hard for me to actively acknowledge that something will no longer be. So, as a result, I was sort of feeling all over the place this month. In between a lot of medical things we were dealing with, as well as just scrambling to get moving logistics sorted on top of our usual day-to-day working life, it was hard to make farewells a priority. But I think I felt like in the time I've been here, I have had made enough friends that I feel really closely tied to and almost like tethered to, and it seemed important to step outside of my natural reluctances and at least try to tie up this chapter of my life with a neat little bow. I've been feeling really low lately, and I don't know who to talk to about it. There were also a lot of lasts to familiar places and routines, like taking the metro in the mornings and at night, taking a yoga class in my favorite tea house, things like that. It's usually these smaller moments that I end up missing the most. It is around 4 p.m. right now. I'm currently on my way to Los Angeles. It's been a bit of a wild 24 hours, and I didn't get very much sleep last night, so this drive is a bit rougher than usual. But luckily it's during the day, so it's prettier and a little bit safer. Feeling and looking a bit rough right now. But what can you do? On Monday and Tuesday, I had a bunch of appointments for apartment viewings in the city. My friend David came along and helped me out just as like a second opinion and to take pictures for me while I was very distracted. Monday was particularly demoralizing. It was just that we saw so many awful apartments and all the traffic, and yeah, it was starting to feel a little bit like things weren't looking too great. On the bright side, I had dinner with some old friends for Brian's birthday. I'm really glad I got to make it to that. Do you have words of wisdom to share with the world? Words of wisdom?
Well done for your next birthday.
That's great. Tuesday was a lot better. David is such a trooper. I'm really grateful for him. What an amazing friend. Yeah, so Tuesday night I put in an application for one of the apartments I saw. It's not ideal, but I just didn't want to keep looking anymore. I was pretty convinced that no matter where it is, I could make it my home and make it feel like a place I love to be. That evening I drove down to Orange County to spend time with my brother. The next day on Wednesday, I dropped him off at the airport because he's leaving for Vietnam.
See you in 2 weeks.
now walk away dramatically.
And then the next day, I hung out with my dad for a bit before driving back to Pico Rivera to spend time with Aaron and David again. They've both been incredibly hospitable to me. They converted their office into a little nick of a bedroom for me. Aaron even included a bunch of snacks and wine and a board with pictures of me and like a bit of a Kanban project management board for my apartment search. It really makes it feel like a cozy home, and I appreciate them so much. This month is going by really quickly and it's a bit scary actually.
Yeah.
It looks really different. Just the color. Oh, they slightly tinted today.
In the middle of the month, my friend Audie invited me to join him and his friend in Scotts Valley for a little bit of a nature getaway. We didn't really do much. We just hiked, walked around the house, and quietly talked while staring at the fire. I drove home that night just in time to go to work the next morning. It was short, but really a good way to break up the cycle of anxiousness that I kept nurturing. Yeah, it was really, really, really nice. I hope I get to see everyone again one day, but I think the most important thing that I can hope for here is that one day I can look back at all of this and say, well, that was something. Or rather, that was something I learned from and something that shaped me one way or another.
So don't try me one more time. Yeah, yeah. I know you're disappointed that
Sarah, our wonderful friend Sarah, came to visit from Berlin just for the day. The three of us, we usually only get the chance to be together once a year, so it's time that I really treasure. We spent the day mostly just running errands and hanging out on the couch and chatting all the hours of the day away. And the next morning, she was gone.
look at them. They might as well hold hands.
Oh yes, actually yes, absolutely. I didn't know you were recording.
Thomas, my roommate, has been such a big part of my life for years now. Living with him for the past year has certainly made us even closer. Even though we are in different cities once again, I know that when we see each other, we'll just pick up where we left off. And that's really special. I know that we'll be friends forever. And just that thought alone makes the world a little bit less lonely, I guess. I didn't get a chance to wish you well in the video itself, so here I am. I hope that you've been well. We'll see what the upcoming months have in store for us. Bye.